Let's say you're a $5 million service business. Sales and marketing is 25%, $1,250,000. That's 10 points above the 15% target. You need to drop $625,000 to hit that target. So you cut. Here's what happens. You cut $300,000 from ad spend immediately. Lead flow starts to drop. 3 months later, the pipeline is thin. 6 months later, new customer acquisition is down 30% and revenue starts declining from 5 million towards 4. You cut $300,000 and your sales and marketing percentage only drops from 25 to 22.6 because the revenue dropped too. You didn't fix the ratio, you shrank the business. A lot of CPAs and accountants make this mistake. They try and cut their way out of issues. And they do it a little bit too quick because they don't look at all the necessary things that are pre-revenue, and they don't tie their sales and marketing directly to the generation of revenue. They just look at it and say, cut this, and this. We need to take it a little bit further. And this is the instinct trap. When you cut sales and marketing, you're not just cutting a cost. You're cutting the input that generates revenue. And when revenue falls, the percentage stays stubbornly high because the denominator is shrinking alongside the numerator. So if cutting doesn't work, how do you know whether your sales and marketing spend is actually waste or whether it's doing its job? That's what the gates are for. If your LTV to CAC ratio is at or above 4:1 and your payback period is at or below 6 months, that is great. Both of your gates are green. Your sales and marketing is a growth investment, not waste. The percentage is high, but the unit economics prove that every dollar you spend is generating a profitable return. Here's math. If your LTV to CAC is 5.5 to 1 and payback is 5.5 months, every $27,500 you spend to acquire a customer generates $150,000 in lifetime value. The money comes back in under 6 months. That's not waste. That's an efficient machine. If you cut the input to that machine, you don't save money. You starve the growth engine. Revenue slows and the percentage stays high because the denominator stops growing. The path: when gates are green, don't cut sales and marketing. Instead, optimize it, improve your close rates, add more customers from the same spend. Optimize your channel mix, shift dollars from low return on ad spend to high return on ad spend channels. Build your referral engine, lower the blended CAC, use your email list. Sales and marketing as a percentage drops because revenue grows faster than spend. The dollars might stay flat or even increase. The percentage declines through growth, not cuts. This is the one time that it really makes sense to grow your way out of a problem. There are very few of those, but this is one of those times when the unit economics and your marketing engine is clean and operating efficiently. We want to grow our way out of that problem. A lot of the time I see it backwards. It's like we're going to try and grow our way out of the problem. The unit economics don't work and we're trying to both grow out of our sales and marketing problem and our general and administrative problem. Completely different issues, but we need to make sure our unit economics make sense for the growth engine to work. That's what to do when the economics are working. But what if they're broken? What if your lifetime value to customer acquisition cost is below 4:1? Most founders assume that's when you cut, not necessarily. If your gates are red, lifetime value to customer acquisition cost below 4:1, payback above 6 months, something is broken. But cutting sales and marketing won't fix it. Think about it. If lifetime value is the problem, high churn, lower pricing, no expansion, cutting marketing spend slows down new customer acquisition growth without fixing why customers aren't valuable enough. Revenue drops. The LTV problem stays. Everything gets worse. If payback is the problem, you recover customer acquisition costs too slowly. Cutting sales and marketing means fewer customers, means less cash, which makes cash flow problems worse, not better. The fix, when there are certain gates red, is always the same sequence. Fix what's broken first. If churn is killing lifetime value, it's a delivery problem. Fix your onboarding, account management, and delivery. If pricing is too low, that's a cost of goods sold problem. Go back to the close rate diagnostic. If there are no expansion paths, build upsells and cross-sells. Then once LTV is fixed, optimize how you acquire the customers. Keep in mind that this also could be somewhat of a sales problem. I've seen in companies before that sales was offering things that were not part of the service to close the deals and make commissions, and what was happening is delivery was doing their part, but sales was selling the product wrong. So we need to also potentially look a little bit further under the hood and review some of the sales calls and make sure that they're not making promises that are then not being delivered on to the back end of house. So sometimes you have to look a little bit further upstream. Cutting sales and marketing before fixing the underlying problem is like turning off the faucet because the drain is clogged. The water is still going to back up. You just won't have any coming in either. So if you don't cut when gates are green and you don't cut when gates are red, is there ever a time to actually cut sales and marketing? Yes, one scenario, and it's surgical, not across the board. The only time you cut sales and marketing is at the channel level. Specific channels that are provably inefficient, not your marketing budget, specific ad platform, a specific event, a specific spend category that isn't generating return. ROAS below 2 to 1. Cut it. Not because sales and marketing is too high, but because that specific channel is not working. Google at 4 to 1, ROAS is earning its keep. Meta at 1.2 to 1 is burning money. You don't cut marketing, you cut Meta. That's a $350,000 difference. Cutting the two underperformers, and you reinvest a portion into the channels that are working. Net spend might drop, but the quality of spend goes up. Customer acquisition cost drops, sales and marketing as a percentage declines because you're getting more customers from fewer, better spent dollars. This is the principle. You don't cut your way to 15% sales and marketing. You optimize your way there. Revenue grows faster than spend, the percentage drops, the absolute dollars might stay flat or even go up, and the business grows instead of shrinking. When revenue is flat, sales and marketing is high. The instinct says cut. And if you work with other accountants, usually they will say that too. But the math says don't. If your gates are green, it's working. Optimize it. If your gates are red, something else is broken. Fix that first. The only legitimate cuts are surgical, specific channels that aren't earning their keep. So instead of cutting, what's the single most powerful lever for actually dropping your acquisition cost? Referrals, email lists, strategic partnerships. And most founders don't have a system for that. And that's next. If you want us to diagnose whether your sales and marketing is waste or investment, links in the description. It only takes 15 spots a month, and we do the analysis fully for free, as well as putting together a tax plan and finding out where the ship is leaking. Have you ever panic cut your marketing budget? Drop it in the comments.